together on Mama's banana farm in the jungle. And it was a hard life, and they worked every day, gathering bananas and polishing them up, storing them in the trees so they'd have plenty of bananas for the jungle winter. And they worked hard, but it was a good time when they all helped each other out. Then one day, little brother monkey came up to his mom and he said, "Mama, I don't know if you've noticed, but I'm not such a little monkey anymore. I'm growing up. I'm practically a man-key." And you always said that when I was a grown-up, I would get my share of the farm. And in fact, I think I'm old enough. I would like to take my share of all the bananas, and I would like to go off on my own. Now, Mama, not very happy about this idea, but she had made the promise. So she gave little brother monkey his share of the bananas, and she said goodbye. And he went off into the jungle with all of the bananas in a big sack on his back. And for the first day, he had the best time a monkey ever had. He went like swinging from vine to vine, and he played with all the other monkeys that he met. And whenever he wanted a banana, he just ate it anytime he wanted, and it was the best day ever. Then he woke up the next morning, up by himself in a tree, and he felt kind of bad. Like, oh, his stomach hurt. He's like, how many bananas did I eat? And he looked in his bag. He ate all the bananas. Every banana he had, he ate in one day. And he felt sick. And he felt a little worried because he was out of bananas, and where was he going to get more? And he was all alone in the jungle. So he went off that day, and he looked far and wide, trying to find more bananas, but he didn't know where he was, and he didn't find any bananas. So he went to sleep up in a tree, and he woke up the next morning, and now he's feeling what? He hadn't eaten all day. He was feeling kind of hungry, and he still had no bananas. And he wanted to go home, but you know what? He was starting to think maybe I didn't behave so well. Running off, leaving my mom behind to do all the work, eating all the bananas. So he was a little bit ashamed. So he thought, I'll try one more day. And he went off again, and he looked everywhere he could, trying to find more bananas, and he didn't find any again. And he slept alone again in the cold jungle. And he woke up so hungry and kind of scared and kind of alone that he thought, you know what? Even when I'm ashamed, I'm going to go back to my mom and see if she'll welcome me back to the farm. So he went swinging back to his mom. And he greeted her. He said, "Mama, I behaved very badly, and I'm very ashamed, but I hope you will welcome me back to the farm." And his mom was overjoyed. She was doing monkey cartwheels because she'd been worried about him, and she missed him. And she was so happy to have him back that she said, "You know what we're going to do? We're going to throw a party. We're going to invite all of the animals, and we're going to have a big party to welcome you back." So she invited all of the animals for the party. And then she had an idea. She said, "You know what I remember? In the storehouse, there's the biggest, yellowest, bestest banana we ever found. I've been saving it for a special occasion, and because you're back, we're going to break out that banana, and I'm going to give it to you for the feast." And she put the banana at the table where the monkey had returned. Then she noticed something. All of the animals were at the party. Let's get all the animals at the party. But the sister monkey was not. She was kind of off to the side. And she didn't look very happy. She kind of looked like this. She was kind of mad. And Mama Monkey came over and she said, "Little sister monkey, you look mad. Why aren't you at the party celebrating with your brother?" And she said, "I am mad, and you know why I'm mad? Because he went off, and he left us with all the work, and I stayed here, and I worked very hard, and I was good. And you never gave me the bestest, specialist, yellowest banana in the whole world. You're giving it to him." Now, the mother thought about this. said, you know what? You do have a point. And I understand your feelings. I hadn't thought about it that way. What do you think we ought to do? And the sister monkey said, well, this is what I think we ought to do. I think we ought to give him spinach and broccoli. And then I think you ought to send him to bed like that. And then I think you ought to give me the yellowest banana. And I can eat it in front of him like this. It's the best banana in the whole world. Don't you wish you had it? Like that. And the mother said, well, that is an interesting idea. But you know what? We're going to think about this for one more day. Because I know that your brother was ashamed that he wants to be welcomed back into the family. And I know that you missed your brother even though you're angry at him. So, the question I have for you, little sister, and the question I have for all of you, if you want to think about it today, is what should we do with the biggest, yellowest, bestest banana? What's the right thing to do with it? Split it in half. What do you think? Split it in half. And you? Share it. That's right. So maybe that's what they do. They sit down all together and they share the littlest, biggest, bestest, yellowest banana. And everyone has a place at the party. Except Sister Monkey. Okay. So that's the tale of the return of the prodigal monkey. And now you can go back to your classes. We're going to sing you out with number 414.